Do y'all think Nory's gonna bend the knee and not drop it? Because it is kind of weird. Like,
is anybody else just sick of comedians talking about like how you should feel about jokes?
And this is one of the first points in his career that black people genuinely hated him. Like, you can't just say "f up."
Yes, you can.
Nah,
I'm talking about the loophole year. I'm not talking about it in life. Nory is receiving backlash for an episode that hasn't even come out yet. $1 million worth of game with Andrew Schulz. Schultz is still on his media. Oh yeah, what did I say? $1 million worth of game. Yeah, Drink Champs. Schultz is still on his promo run.
Same level of niggatry.
In the video, I think with Chigs that I watched, he was like, it feels like he's focusing on black media outlets. I don't know. He's been on a lot of white media outlets. I just don't think niggas know where he's, you know what I'm saying?
But like, he's been everywhere.
It just don't make waves on that side of the internet. But he went on like Dan Soder's podcast, Ari Shaffir and all them niggas.
He went on people's podcasts that I've never seen a day in my life.
Tim Dillon's too.
Yeah, so it's just, he is hitting a lot of black outlets, but you think it's too much?
I think he's smothering niggas.
No, I think it's a real media brand.
It's a real
media run.
Because you gotta, this is Netflix, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing it correctly.
It's a real one where you're just going to all the platforms. That's why you think it's really doing it.
You think
I actually saw him on, he did Brown Bag. That shit was good.
It's just
he did do that. With him and Letty, that literally felt like an old, like back in the day when she used to come over to Bring Idiots. That's how that episode felt.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool.
Kicking it.
Yeah, that was like on some old school shit. But it was dope seeing that too, because it's like, oh shit, like you forget like these are like niggas that just all came up together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole backlash with him being on Drink Champs. Is this the sizzle reel? Because I know they dropped the commercial or the trailer.
Nah, this is the Chicks video.
Yeah, let's see what it says. Yeah,
there's just the Chicks video.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, talk about keeping your foot on somebody's neck. The people are not letting Nory slide with this one. Despite what people always say, sometimes, the money does change you. Now, Drink Champs, the platform that was all about giving flowers to legends, more specifically, hip-hop legends. Now, initially when Nory started Drink Champs, he said, listen, this is not for the new school. This is not for the new age rappers. This is not for the TikTok rappers. My podcast, Drink Champs, is strictly about music legends, legends that do not get their voice heard in media. And I'm gonna give Nory credit. He stuck to this plan for about 5+ years. I believe the podcast is maybe 6-7 years old. Now, today, Nory announced that comedian Andrew Schulz was going to be on his podcast. And they also dropped this trailer as well.
The one and only Andrew Schulz! I see how you guys do this. You like manipulate the guests into getting drunk. Like I'm a pussy if I don't drink. So in New York we had this. Did you have a TV in Left Rack?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at peer pressure.
Yes, it's great.
We're fucking good at it.
You stormed the Capitol.
We did that shit. We got it. Well, first of all, if you're offended by a joke, you're allowed to be. That's why I keep telling people. Like, I think there's this idea that comedians are out here going, you're not allowed to be offended by the joke. You like, however you feel, you feel.
You just hit the #1.
Is anybody else just sick of comedians talking about like how you should feel about jokes? I don't ever want to hear that conversation again.
They're not bringing the conversation up though. It's usually in response to like motherfuckers not laughing.
Why don't they just shoot it down though? Like they're not tired of talking about it?
A lot, and people be asking them. It is annoying though, like just the whole conversation being brought up. But a lot of times the interviewer
is asking the question.
The interviewer, is asking the question.
And you're just one of the people who've actually heard this conversation enough for, you know what I'm saying?
So it's dead.
Because you follow these comedians and these people. Like,
and let's be honest,
it's like 𝙬𝔦𝔐𝚃 saying the same thing over and over again. He's doing that for the people who haven't heard it yet.
Exactly. And Nory, you got to think about Nory's audience. How many times is this his first time on here?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Schultz, yeah.
Nory's audience is completely clueless to what's going on, like with Andrew Schulz in the white world and white comedy and shit. So this might be new to him. So it's probably going to be a lot of old rehashed conversations that everybody has already talked about.
Yeah, people responding very upsetly to comedians' jokes has been a thing. And it's always going to be a thing. So niggas got to ask about it. That's the biggest question for a comedian. It's like, yo, what do you do if nobody's laughing? Or if you piss somebody off?
Yeah.
Every time a comedian goes on an interview, they ask, so like, what's the worst thing?
That's a bad interview question then.
No, when has Nory ever been? Nory's been...
Nory ain't Gayle King.
Bogus as motherfucker as an interview.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's cool though, so you know it's worth something.
You think people are just going to what Chiggs was saying and what Nory was even saying about how this is for retired rappers and old stories and shit like that. Like nobody can keep that up
Forever, no.
and they're really mad that they think that this is Nory's attempt or him adding like another thing where it's like you're inviting him to the cookout type shit. Where why do y'all keep inviting Andrew Schultz to hip hop spaces when he's racist and he's not hip hop?
Yeah.
And it's like, with Nory's fan base not expecting him to have more than old retired rappers is fucking insane. And he did keep that up going. Chiggs was right about that. He did that for a lot longer than most people can do. Most people that are like interview base heavy like that, they burn out pretty quick. It's normally like a year or two. Like they held strong for a while.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't like it because they do it in seasons, right? How do they break down these episodes?
That I don't know.
I don't remember actually.
They don't do it.
It does feel like seasons, but it also
They
does,
should do
I
it
think
in
they
seasons.
slowed
but it
down
also
for-
just feels like they just do it when they want to.
Yeah, I feel
They
like
should
slowed
remarket
down.
that way though. Like they should have Anne Hathaway on. You know what I mean?
Just get white women drunk.
Well, they don't have to drink. They gotta have a drink in their hand. You know,
It's drink champs. It's the whole ambiance of the show.
Not everybody drinks though.
you can't tell a white woman to drink. That's dangerous.
You can ask.
But
Even on camera.
kind of venture into that lane, maybe they've never even talked to a soccer player. Like they've never even tried to.
Do y'all think Nory's gonna bend the knee and not drop it? Because it is kind of weird. Like
It still hasn't come
this,
out. It's
this
been a while.
video
It's been a
came
while.
out like
that is
a
weird.
couple weeks ago. Let's go to his page to just make sure it hasn't dropped.
Yeah, he might have folded actually.
And you know this
This was
is
6
this
days
is
ago.
as of
Nobody's
the
ever
20th.
rolled out a podcast episode like this.
yeah, and like
this-
dropped other podcasts in between.
He's held on to shit for a while before dropping before though.
He has, but it makes sense. Kanye has lost his goddamn
I think he
mind.
did that
You know
with
what
like
I mean?
Dave Chappelle and
yeah,
shit
that
like
was
that
an
too.
emergency.
That one makes sense too.
It does.
The two that I can think of make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle and
Will Smith was 11 hours ago or 11 days.
11 hours ago.
And then what was before that?
Memphis
gotta be a-
Bleak.
It's gotta be a
Vibes
page where it gets
Cartel.
more views, right?
Nah.
Will Smith 11 hours ago, full episode 6.8 is just it's not real, right?
It is real, but
It's
you know,
probably real.
podcasts are audio too. Like I wonder what they're pulling in on that front. They're audio too. They're audio predominantly.
The only ones who are really dominating on the audio side are the people who were around when that was more prominent. I feel like I don't think there's large booms of audio heavy listeners. I could be wrong. I'd be extremely interested to see.
Yeah, like, where do we go to find this?
I don't know where I would go to find that,
That's
but
the
I
thing
don't.
about audio
yeah,
views is that there's no view count at the end of Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. Do they not have a view count? I don't have Spotify.
Not for
the music does.
not
but
for
the podcast
podcasts.
don't. Okay.
You know. Yeah, they don't give out plaques for audio.
Who don't give out plaques?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spotify give out plaques for fucking podcasts and shit. Like podcasts.
No.
That would be crazy though.
hitting a
They
certain
probably got
amount of
some
listens
end
or
of year
something.
wrap up graphics for you, but
Oh, for
a
sure. They
plaque?
got that.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
No, not a plaque.
Yeah. We're the only people doing podcast awards.
We don't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I'm doing it this year. I'm already lining up. I'm
gotta
lining up who's gonna be on it.
We gotta get like the most cheapest plastic of trophies and get some emails and some addresses.
Yeah, mail them out.
So yeah.
We should mail niggas number 2 pencils.
That's funny.
So this is never coming out. He might have folded. He might not.
How long has it been? It's been a week, right?
Yeah, it's been a week. This is old news. Like this is actually old news.
Yeah, that's not long enough, man. He's gonna drop it.
Damn, so the protest worked.
Nory ain't pussy, man.
You can hold it for a week.
It's
though.
looking like it worked.
Nory ain't soft, man.
You don't believe it?
N-O-R-E. Nory.
I just think he don't want to piss his base off.
For what?
Because not everybody is.
Why is Andrew really that hated?
Yeah.
By old
I think
niggas?
he is. Yeah.
By niggas.
By
Yeah.
old
name
niggas.
his name just isn't hot
Yeah.
right now. Because there was a point in time
he
where-
interviewed Trump. Remember? I think we kind of forget about that
Yeah.
too. He interviewed Trump
So you know you kind of
During the
align yourself
political
on
race.
during
a
the heat
certain
of it.
side when
Yeah.
you
They're
do that.
like, yeah.
He's at that point now where like a lot of his fan base is meeting him before, like meeting him way after like you had a chance to understand who he was. You know what I'm saying? They're getting inserted into who he is now. There's a large.
There's so
part of
many people
like
who
that
had
now.
never heard of him until the Trump thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably gained another million, or like he probably gained another like 50 to 100,000 like dedicated loyal fans just off that one piece of content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are spread throughout the country. They might be the fanatics online too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But
But
this got to
even
be a weird time for Schultz.
niggas do hate him though. They really do.
And this is one of the first points in his career that black people genuinely hated him.
Yeah.
Because his whole come up, it seemed like black people
Black
fucked with him more
clubs
than
and
whites
shit.
at first.
They did. It's because Charlamagne gave him his YouTube channel, the Brilliant Idiots YouTube channel.
He probably had that joke.
and that's where he
Biden-
started dropping his joke a day or joke a week
yeah.
on a channel that mainly had black listeners that were coming from the Breakfast Club for Charlamagne for Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
And then that got turned into the Andrew Schultz channel,
Yep.
which is crazy. You know, that's crazy.
Come on, man.
That's how you put
Throw
the
him a
homies
line.
on.
But nah, I hope it doesn't even matter when Nory drops this because I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like
The same interviews that we saw.
it's just gonna be Nory.
Yeah, I'm not excited to
Basic
watch it,
Nore.
actually.
Bunch of clapping.
I feel like
The-
I've seen too much of them.
The outrage alone is enough to be like, oh, all right, cool. But yeah, I don't need to watch the whole episode, especially if it's 2 hours. Fuck that.
No, and Nory isn't gonna make it fun.
And there's
No.
no way they're having a completely new conversation. Like he's been on
Exactly.
72 podcasts in the last 2 months, nigga.
Exactly. Nah.
So
He's
you
answering the
really
same
hate that
questions.
shit, huh?
But knowing Andrew,
Because after a while, and I was watching a couple of them, and I stopped because I'm like, okay, this is just the same talking points every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the same conversation, just different people.
He's on a promo run.
and after a while, Andrew's probably gonna start asking them questions. Do the whole like, so what about you guys? Like, what was going on during the time you dropped the album? And
Oh, yeah.
record label disputes, shit like that.
Boring.
But
So
Niggas
Nore,
are mad. I don't know, you know?
tricky.
I don't give a fuck.
I still need to watch it. Special.
You gonna
though.
watch it when it drops?
you still haven't watched the special?
I honestly won't, probably. I'll watch it if there's a
Probably
moment in
won't.
it. Yeah, I just don't feel the need to watch it.
You got Netflix though, right?
Nah, y'all talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're talking
what
about
are you
two
talking
things.
You talking about the special, you talking about the interview.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't seen the special either. I do have Netflix.
Damn, y'all still ain't seen
It
the
hasn't
special?
even pulled up on my
I saw
home feed now
parts of
that I
it.
think about it.
When it dropped, it was everywhere.
Yeah, so it's a little bit, it's been out for about a month now.
TV probably hear you hating on him. It's like fuck it.
Yeah, he's
I don't
like
want him
that.
to cancel his subscription. Let's just keep. This
I like
nigga on.
Schultz. I like Schultz.
As a person.
As a comedian,
You
I
think
go
it's
every
funny?
time he's in town. Every time he's in town, I've seen him like 3 times now.
You laugh hard.
Have a good time every time. I never feel like I wasted money. I feel like I get my money's out of it every time.
And you can't say that about everybody.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and it's like there's probably a little bit of nostalgia too with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I feel like I said this before, where it's like because I listened to Brilliant Idiot so long, like I'm laughing at shit that only he can get off, but that's because he's established to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like looked at some guy and was like, "Is that your wife?" And they started laughing. That shit was hilarious. But
Yeah.
you gotta like a nigga already for him to be able to get that off.
Yeah.
That's
Some-
comedy though.
yeah.
Because
like,
even if you're a new comedian, you go up on stage and we don't like you, it's like I don't like you. So
Yeah.
anything you
Yeah.
say is gonna be ugh.
yeah, so yeah, he definitely can get off certain shit. But I have a lower like threshold of what was good, probably. I'm sure. But
Exactly.
yeah, special wise, I haven't liked really many of his specials yet.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a special yet that I'm like that shit was fire.
That's special.
Yeah. But I've enjoyed it every time I've seen it live.
Yeah, they're all like good watches for sure.
Yeah.
You think that's why you haven't enjoyed the special because you be seeing it live? It'd be some of the same jokes too, right?
Not even really. It's just they're just not as funny. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they're as funny.
Packaged in that format, maybe.
Yeah, and then the one that was like the real big one that was where he was flagrant had the wrestler that announcer ring guy bring him out. Like
Yeah.
that one wasn't that crazy to me. Like
Infamous.
yeah, Infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous was huge.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was cool. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it wasn't
Just
that
puff
amazing.
shit.
It really wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that great of
yeah.
a special though to me.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember the last good, like, yo, I enjoyed that special.
Right.
I don't remember the last one I watched. It was probably like
Yeah.
the first time I saw that Shane Gillis shit. That's probably like 2 years ago.
When is the last special
Damn.
that I said was good?
Or a year ago.
I can't remember the last special.
Still Dave
I
Chappelle
just
for
watched
me.
the Dave Chappelle special, one of the Netflix ones. I can't remember which one. I think it was Stinks and Stones, the green jumpsuit.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that one recently.
But you watched that for the first time recently?
No. Just again.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, damn, this shit is good.
Good.
Good as hell. It's like they're so funny.
Them shits is funny.
Yeah, he was on a crazy
Netflix
run.
runs. It's just like,
Yeah, his Netflix comedy special run was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Kept fucking with them alphabet letters.
Nah, he did it well too. That shit was funny.
Yo, that shit is funny. Damn, them shits are good. Yeah, Schultz ain't got one of those yet. I can't speak on this newest one though. He gonna get it there. He gonna get it one day.
Yeah. I'm about to say he love you, Schultz.
That's the thing with comedians.
Don't forget.
They can keep trying.
He gonna have to evolve a little bit.
Yeah, they literally don't stop.
He got mature enough.
Nah, not mature. He gotta throw this away as like his primary objective. I ain't gonna say primary objective, but the whole offensive take thing. He's gonna have to dumb that down. Not dumb it down. He's just gonna have to move away from that. Like it shouldn't be just about the offensive take. Just make something compelling and funny.
He already did. The life tour.
He dumbed it down a little bit on there, but it's not all the way.
You say you ain't like it like that.
Yeah, I ain't like it like that, but that's part of it because he dumbed it down like that.
Nah.
This was
He was at his
have you
prime
seen
before?
it?
I've seen some of it, and but when I say dumb it down, I don't mean not be. I just mean don't lean on being flagrant as the reason for you doing this.
Yeah.
Like don't just attempt to be flagrant at everything. Attempt to be funny. Don't attempt to be flagrant. Attempt to be funny. I want to just hear you trying to be funny. Completely.
Try harder. Forlorn.
I guess, man. That's how it feels to me at least. Maybe it's because of how he built his brand.
That flagrant shit was getting. They were making a lot of money just being flagrant and not funny.
Yeah.
For a nice year or two.
Yeah.
It was profitable.
Yeah.
Just go up there and say the most fucked up shit and niggas will start laughing. I mean, there really was like a little loophole in comedy, like for a year or two.
Now, there's an art to getting away with it. Like you can't just say fucked up shit.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
I'm talking about the loophole year. I'm not talking about it in life.
Hey, I feel you.
I'm talking about the loophole year. Like
Maybe so you might be undermining the technique though, because usually when you say fucked up things on stage, people go, ugh, like I don't know if I should be a part of this.
Yeah. It depends.
there was a year. It was about a year or two when just anybody was good. Just say something semi fucked up. And you was up.
And specifically Andrew Schultz.
He was the leader.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
was the
saying. It
leader.
wasn't many people doing it like him.
Yeah. There was a
lot.
It wasn't many people going to like those leans like to the extreme.
I couldn't even name them.
But yeah, man. Let's get over to this Shannon Sharp shit.